Alright, welcome back to another Friday Night Fight Night. Tonight's game, a Mario Kart Wii CTGP Revolution.
Are you okay?
They don't pay me enough to do this.
We don't get paid.
I know, that's why they don't pay me enough to do it.
The payment I get is we get to have lunch occasionally.
Yeah. So I don't even get paid on that. I lose money on that.
You lose money on that one. Your operating cost of this is not nearly as much as profit as you're making, so, I don't know why you're still doing it.
GBA Sunset. Because it's fun.
Yeah.
I have an excuse to hang out with you, because let's be real, Derek, if we weren't doing this show, I would never see you.
You or me would come to my house probably more often, and that's about it.
And by more often, you mean like once every 6 months? Then yeah, sure.
Yeah. Once a fucking month, maybe. I am going to be trying to start a little game night with a couple of buddies of mine.
I'll consider it as long as we're not playing Dungeons and Dickens.
Yes, I know that. That's why I'm like,
fuck, this track sucks.
I know if we're playing Dungeons and Dickens, Chris will not want to join us, but if we're playing other things, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Dungeons and Dickens. I say as someone who's only had fun playing Dungeons and Dickens.
But not because of
but not because of what the dungeon lord wanted.
Not because of the plot.
It's funny because I always tell people. It's funny to me because I'm always like. I always tell people ahead of time. It's always a huge caveat whenever people are trying to get me to play Dungeons and Dickens. They're
I don't
always
care for this stage, by the way.
Yeah, it's too small. You can't turn properly because they didn't make it big enough.
2 out of 10.
Yeah.
Not enough room.
Too much room. Also, those speed bump hills suck. I know that's accurate to the original map, but man, I hate them.
Yeah. But what was I saying? I think you've played D&D more than I have, to be honest.
Really? How many times have you played?
Probably, I can count on one hand, and you've probably also played on one hand.
Well, yeah, because I've only played twice.
Twice? I think mine's probably about that, maybe a little more.
Ah, okay.
But I've played it a lot less than you would think.
Yeah, oh yeah, that's what I was saying. Is my whole thing with that is I always tell people ahead of time, it's a huge, because they're always like, oh, play D&D, and I'm like, no. And they're like, oh, come on, man, you want to play D&D? And I'm like, no. And they're like, ah, come on, we just need one more person to play D&D. And I'm like, alright, okay, fine, hold on. I'm like, listen. It's usually the second warning. I'm like, you don't want me to play D&D. You don't want me to do that with you guys.
So far
you don't want that. Good. That's where I want to be.
Yeah, I mean...
And then they're like, and then they still ask, and then finally I'll cave, and then I'll be like, listen, I'm telling you right now, I'm going to be trying to derail the shit out of this the whole time, so you get what you pay for. And then they're always like, yeah, and they're always like, oh, it's fine, blah, 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 whatever, it's fine. And then they start playing with me and quickly realize, oh, maybe this was a crazy idea. It's not
maybe his warnings should have been taken.
Yeah, so maybe he has a point. Oh my god, my box landed right in front of me. That's the worst spot I could have landed.
It's literally happened to me a few times with the fucking shells.
But yeah, so it's to be fair, I've never had a bad experience. People have been usually at the end, the dungeon masters are usually like, no, that was fucking hilarious. You gotta play more, and I'm like, no, absolutely not.
Yeah. I think D&D might not be your type of tabletop game. There are tabletop games that are more like that.
Well,
I really want to play a game. It's called, I think, Everybody is John, and the premise is everybody plays John.
Yeah.
And you gotta fight for who's in control. And if it's your turn to be John, you can do the stupidest fucking shit you want to, and that progresses the plot.
True. I don't like D&D. No, it's not that I don't like D&D. It's that I like D&D when the people I'm playing with just let me do whatever the fuck I want.
Yeah, when you can actually have a good time.
Yeah, when I can just say stupid shit and they just have to deal with it and keep going with it and make up new shit on the fly to deal with my nonsense. D&D is fun.
Yeah, when people are trying to what they call railroad.
Yeah, railroad or make it their adventure an actual cool adventure. So, it's fine. But
what it is, you don't want to be playing with somebody who got it.
Oh, a Halloween stage! Way too late for Halloween!
Unless you upload this one. Oh wait.
No, it's already too late. It's already past Halloween. It's already way too late.
Oh god.
This is a long turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This course, I don't care.
It's a little hard to see. It's not the worst, but it is a little hard to see where I'm going.
But yeah, you're not trying to play with someone who's trying to write a book.
Yeah, that's exactly where my problems come from. Is that like I don't really get much enjoyment out of playing with people who are like, no, you gotta take this seriously.
Story. It's my story.
Yeah, I do really bad with them because I just. And let's be real, Derek. You know me pretty well.
Yeah.
If someone was like, no, it's my story, you gotta do it my way, I am immediately going to derail it even harder than I was before. Because I am a bad person, and I don't care about what you wanted. And now that you're telling me I can't do it, that just makes me want to do it more.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you gotta have the right people to play Dungeons and Dragons with.
Yeah.
Or any tabletop games, you know, and you gotta feel you gotta gauge the crowd. Like if you're like with people who are like, I'm gonna take this super serious, and you're like, I'm not that type of person. I think I'm just a blue shell. You know, you're not gonna have a good time.
Yep, that was a blue shell.
But you know, if you're playing with a bunch of people who are just gonna have a funny joke time, then you know that's your group.
Yeah, it's funny because I've talked to Trevor before about it, because Trevor's like, I want to play D&D, and I'm like, no, you don't. And he's like, okay, he's like, all right, I want to play D&D with you. He's like, you make D&D sound like it's fucking hilarious. And I'm like, well, that's because I make it hilarious. Normally, D&D is not supposed to be funny.
Like, I feel like
it's funny because I make it funny.
Like, we've never actually played D&D together, Chris, but I feel like me and you playing D&D, we'd have a joyous time.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I would just make the thing, you'd just try to make it super fucking stupid, and I'd be like, yeah, that's about right.
That's not true. We played D&D one time. In fact, the first time I played D&D was with you, where you let me just do whatever the fuck I wanted.
I want to do that again.
And that was a fun time.
Chris, we're going to play D&D again, and we're going to make it so it's not serious at all, and you're going to have the best time ever.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably right, but...
Yeah.
Because that was the one I remember that one because that was the one where Ryan went down, right? And you know how they have, like... See, I know fucking jack shit about D&D. Everything I know about D&D is the things that happened to me while I was playing D&D. So, like, I just remember that, like, Ryan goes down, and apparently, like, if someone goes down in D&D, they're, like, not dead. You have time to, like, revive them or whatever.
It's called salmon.
Yeah. So I, like, made my way over to Ryan, and everyone was like, oh, Chris is gonna kill Ryan, great. And I was like, nope. So I ran over to Ryan, and I was like, they're like, alright, you're by Ryan. And I'm like, alright, great. I would like to grab Ryan by his leg and swing him around like a mace to fight off these bandits. And you're just like, alright,
you do that.
Well, no, you're like, alright, roll to attack. No, it was like, Ryan, roll the challenge. And Ryan was like, no, I'm gonna let him do that. And he's like, alright, roll for effectiveness.
I'm gonna play D&D with you again. Mostly because I know some of the people who we might play with, and that would 100% be... They'd be 100% game for all of it.
Yeah, that was the same game that we played with your brother who made a D&D character with a 10-foot dick who swung it around as his weapon. Also hilarious, by the way. But... Yep. But, like... So, if you made a D&D game and I was there, then you could probably convince Trevor to come along. I don't think he would add much to it, but he would definitely enjoy the ride.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, the last time I played D&D, I just fucking derailed everything. And not only was I derailing it, I was giving the other players advice so that they could derail their side of the story. So, like, it literally started where they're just, like, everyone woke up in, like, separate rooms and we were all supposed to meet up later. We did not get to meeting up later. I'll put it that. I derailed it so hard that we didn't even get to the point where we met up. We didn't have enough time. But, the Dungeon Master immediately knew there was going to be something wrong with my character as soon as it started, because he was like, you find in your dark room a chest with armor plate. You decide to put it on. And I was like, I would like to wear my pants as my shirt and my shirt as my pants. And he was like, why? And I'm like, because that's just what I do. And he was
that's
like,
what my character
that's what my character wants. And he was like, okay, it's incredibly uncomfortable, but you do that.
That's what my character would do?
Yeah, I'm like, because that's how he wears his, that's how he wears his armor. I don't see why that's a big deal. He's like, alright, fine.
So it's funny we say that, because that is like a quote of like people being really bad and like being assholes in game. But like, that's what my character would do.
Yeah,
he's literally insane.
Yeah, my character just do dumb shit, because my character do dumb shit. Yeah, and then like, right after that, everything just went completely off the rails. We had to fight like a demon from our past or something, which doesn't work in a story of D&D when I don't know my own past. You know what I mean? But whatever. Storytelling aside. Oh, this is off-road in this game? I am not okay with that.
Yeah, me neither.
That's like the shortest route, which is probably why they made it off-road. But like, yeah, they were like, I had to fight like an ogre. I was an assassin, which is hilarious because that's accurate to what I probably would have picked, but I didn't pick my character.
They knew you.
They just gave me it randomly, and it just happened to work out.
They knew you.
So, I had to like fight an ogre. There was another guy who had to fight like, a succubus or whatever, and then there was another guy who had to fight like a. What are those people who fight in the Colosseums? I can't think of their names. Gladiator. And I forget what the fourth guy had to fight. But, my buddy Caleb had to fight the Gladiator. Mm-hmm. And I was like, because I had already started derailing it, by the time he fought the Gladiator, he's like, you run into a Gladiator. He's standing there strong with and he describes the character, and he's like, he's wearing no armor except for on his pants legs, and he's got like a single smock covering his right shoulder and carrying a spear. What do you do? And he's like, I would like to remove all my clothes. And he's like, really? And he's like, well, yeah, I can't fight him. He's like, I can't fight him with my armor on. That would be unfair.
Yeah, that's unsportsmanlike.
And I'm just like, hell yeah. I'm like,
at
this point, I'm like, hell yeah, I've poisoned the well. Now the fun begins.
You just animal fuck that shit.
And then he like, what made it, the only thing funnier than that is his rolls were so awkward. He got so many bad rolls in a row that he went to swing his sword. It flew out of his hand. He quickly dodged an attack. Perfect dodges the attack. Barrel rolls through. Goes to grab his sword. And as he grabs the sword to swing it again, it flies immediately out of his hand again into the distance. No, because he somehow rolled a perfect 110-1. No, it was a 121. Perfectly in a row.
So he got a crit fail, a crit success, and
the crit fail immediately. So he lost his sword, perfect dodged an attack, and then immediately lost his sword again.
That is funny. That's
so
actually
it's
very
really funny.
Yeah, no, there's a couple different like games that aren't D&D that I feel like you might enjoy.
I do. I enjoy social games more. Games where I have to like convince people to be on my side or do something. To
I have a bunch of games, Chris, that I know you would enjoy.
Yeah, like I'm really good at those. Derek can attest to me because most of those I play at his house.
Yeah, because Chris doesn't play board games unless he's at my house.
Yeah, literally. So yeah, like, those are mostly the games that I'm good at because I am a manipulative asshole.
You really enjoyed Secret, we're not going to use that next word.
Secret the Fuhrer.
Secret Fuhrer.
Secret Fuhrer.
Because we can't say that other word without demonetization.
Yeah, right.
But you really enjoyed that one. And dude, everybody had a good time with that.
That's a fun one. I didn't quite get all the rules. And the funny part is, even though I didn't get all the rules, I still won 2 out of 3 games.
Yeah, I think there was one round I think me and you were on the same team, and we crushed it.
Oh, yeah. We did really good. I did really good with... there was one that I got, like, so easily because, like, I just did a thing that, like, no one... I did the thing that, like, it probably would be considered bad sportsmanship, but you can't... It doesn't say you can't do it. Which was... so there's, like, the guy playing Fuhrer is, like, and then his 2 people, and, like, the Fuhrer doesn't know who those people are, so he's just going in blind, and you're trying to get him to win, but he doesn't know you're trying to help them.
He doesn't know you're on his team.
Yeah. So what happened is, eventually something funny happened, everyone got distracted, and right when they did, I just tapped his shoulder and gave him a thumbs up. Oh god, I let go of the accelerate button. I tapped his shoulder and just gave him a thumbs up. And no, I tapped his shoulder and then just nodded. And he was like, okay, this is my guy.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it is a good game. And the rules change slightly depending on how many people are playing.
Yeah.
Blue shell.
Oh my god, I'm getting annihilated right now. I just got Mario Karted.
You just got Mario
I got red shell to recover
no.
perfectly for the blue shell to hit me, and then immediately got inked. And I'm like, damn, man.
Yeah, no, trust me, I threw those red shells, I know.
Mario Karted like a motherfucker.
You got motherfucking Mario Karted, bitch.
I need you to get the fuck out of my way. Not quite. Not quite what I did.
You just got motherfucking Mario.
You just got Coconut Mall! There it is, that's what I needed. Oh, where's my drift? Okay, that's fine. It, like, ate my drift, though. That's really unfortunate. I think you got this one. Oh, no, we're on lap 2.
Yeah, we're on lap 2.
This is a long
It's
one.
a long course. I forget how long this course is. But then again, I don't ever play this version.
Mario Kart 64, baby.
Man, this game sucks.
We did play it on the show, and it was pretty rough. Ah, hey, it finally wasn't me for once. God, it's nice not being the best.
Yeah, it's fucking nice, isn't it?
It is. I don't need to worry about getting hit constantly with blue shells.
Yeah, but I do have a couple more of those social deduction games that I feel like you'll enjoy.
Those are fun. I like those more than D&D, because where I can, like, derail the shit out of a D&D game, I like much more manipulating people into thinking that the only way to win is to let me win.
Yeah.
It was like when we were playing with Dude Man Dave Dude and fucking
playing Villainous?
Yeah, Villainous, and I was just like like Derek was clearly going to win, so I had to convince everyone around the table, no, we have to stop Derek or else he'll win.
And I'm like, guys, Chris is about to win.
Yeah, and they're like, but Chris will win if Derek wins. And I'm like, yeah, but this is the only way it works, is that you would have to get Derek, and then the next person would have to get me, because if you don't get Derek by Derek, he wins anyways, so it doesn't make sense to go after me. And then I convinced everyone to go after Derek, and it worked, and they just barely got Derek, but then Derek didn't have enough to get me, so I won.
Yep.
And you were noticeably mad about it.
Because you do that shit all the time.
I mean, I'm sorry, I came to fucking win.
They actually had a couple more expansions for Villainous since we last played.
Yep.
And they added a bunch of characters you might enjoy.
Oh, I'm sure they did. To be fair, it was a fun game. There's a lot of
game.
interesting stuff in that game.
Yeah.
But
I have a couple secret role games, which is what the Secret Fuhrer game was.
Yes. Yep.
And I know that would be your cup of tea, and you definitely want to play that.
Mm-hmm. Those are fun. Yeah.
So maybe I'll let you know if we're gonna do a game nights.
It would be a good one.
When I'm doing them.
It'd be good. Maybe I can show up to them. I don't know. My schedule is all sorts of fucked up.
Yeah, trust me. I know. The Great Apple War.
Ah, yes. Apple vs. Kart. I remember it fondly.
Apple Kart.
I think it means apricot.
Yes.
I burned out, dude. Oh man, I'm a huge burnout now.
Oh
man, my whole life is ruined now that I'm a
burnout. Oh yeah, the mushroom, the item blocks
are apples.
Are apples.
I've noticed.
That's actually great.
It's an interesting choice.
It really does make the item blocks useless, though.
Yeah, it sure does. I was also thinking that. Is this based off of something, or is this just like some dude woke up from a fever dream and was like, I need to make a Mario Kart map?
I think both. I think both. Like, I don't know why I'm getting Adventure Time vibes, but I know that's not right.
I mean, I wouldn't know, because I know nothing of Adventure Time outside of that one porn game I played of Adventure Time.
One porn game, Chris? Don't lie to yourself.
Well, there was only one good one made, so that was the one I played. That guy went on to making actual porn games. It's so funny. I love that guy's history. So he made this stupid fucking porn-based Adventure Time game, and he eventually shut it down because he was like, honestly, I figured it would have been shut down a long time ago, and I'm surprised it just never was. So I'm just gonna cut my losses now and start over with a new porn game that has no ties that I can actually sell for money. And
Yeah.
I'm like, you know what? I respect that decision.
Yeah, dude, it is shocking. Oh, Blue Shell. How much like porn games have become a huge thing on Steam. Like, I'm not shocked, and I am shocked.
It's because It's because Steam doesn't have to follow regulations. So like, brick and mortar stores can't carry AO games because they're Okay, hold on. Let me clarify this. Brick and mortar stores can't carry games that are rated AO. They just, or if they can't, they refuse to, right?
Yeah, because it's not good for business.
Yeah, and most consoles won't let AO games onto their platform anyways, at least not officially. So, because of that, you can't really make an AO game and you can't sell an AO game. So if your game gets an AO rating, then, like, you're screwed. Here's the thing. Your game only needs a rating if it's going to be sold on store shelves. So the ESRB doesn't apply to any games sold digitally.
So if it's only on Steam.
So if it's only on Steam, it doesn't need to be rated.
Huh.
So they can sell it however they want. Not to mention that Steam also just doesn't give a shit if you sell AO games on their platform. Like, even if they were rated, Steam doesn't fucking care.
Oh yeah, no, they literally have a tag that's like hentai.
Yeah.
And pornography.
Yeah, so like, because Gabe Newell, I love Gabe Newell, but Gabe Newell is 100% in the boat of like, if you don't like it, then just don't buy it. Like, you don't need to buy it.
Yeah, no, I appreciate about our buddy Gabe.
Yeah, Gabe is cool. I like Gabe Newell. He's a fun dude. He's a little crazy, but you know, to be fair, you kind of have to be a little crazy to quit your like $100,000 a year paying Microsoft job back in the 90s when $100,000 went way further to make his own platform for selling strictly video games.
Yeah, dude, I don't even know.
And a game studio, by the way, on top of that.
Like, Steam and Valve is like the weirdest story ever.
Yeah. Like, Valve is literally the story of a dude being like, yeah, I'm working for Microsoft and getting literally everything in my life paid for me forever is fun and all, but, like, I'd rather make video games and build a store fight for online digital game sales. And then he did.
What I love is a lot of people complain about Steam having a monopoly on online PC marketplace,
which it kind of does.
It kind of does.
Fair, yeah.
But nobody fucking has made a better one, so like.
To be fair, even if they did make a better one, people just don't want to use it.
Yeah.
Like, I would argue, in all honesty, that like itch.io is a better platform. But it doesn't have a launcher like Steam does, so no one wants to use it. Oh my god, I threw myself out of bounds. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, and as much as everybody's just like, oh, Epic Game Store is going to be the thing that destroys...
Blue Show.
Thank you.
Epic Game Store is a much better platform if you are a game developer, because your cut is way better than that.
It's like I forget the cut. I think it's like a 70 on Steam. And it's like a...
So on Steam, I think they take like 20% or something.
Something like that. It's like it's like 10% difference.
Yeah, and then I think on Epic it's like 10. Yeah, it's like way lower.
Which is
but that's why Itchy is the better one, because you can actually set how much the market gets to take, and I think their default is 5, but you can set it to 0 if you wanted to, as a game developer.
Yeah.
So, like, Itchy's like a storefront, but it doesn't have a download manager. If Itchy had a download manager, like, I think it would blow everything else out of the water. Because there's just more free stuff on there. The rates are better if you're a game publisher. Like,
I don't know. It's just people complain about Steam having the best thing, but like, I don't even think the Epic Game Store. They still might not have the ability to make a fucking shopping cart. Like, you can't buy multiple games at the same time. You have to buy all of them separately.
Is that true? Because I haven't. To be fair, I've never bought a game more than one at a time on that store. So
like, I know it used to be a thing. I don't know if it still is a thing.
It might not be a thing anymore.
But I remember it was a thing when it first launched, and for like at least the first few months. Which I was just like, what?
I believe it.
Or maybe not even months, fucking year, I think. At least. It still might not be a thing.
I mean, I believe that. Oh my god, I did it again. This corner sucks. This corner is fucking me up, man. Unfortunate.
Don't worry, you still won.
That's fine. Ah, Chris wins again! Put it on the t-shirt!
Not on the t-shirt! Do 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 do.
Oh yeah. I think the next time we play Mario Kart Wii, I will play a different character though, just to give you like a chance. Funky is clearly too OP. I need to play a worse character.
Yeah, stop being so good.
Not for this playthrough, obviously, because I want to have a strong finale for the Revolution playthrough.
Yeah, for the rest of Revolutions, you know, he's gonna play Funky.
When we eventually get to another Mario Kart
that balances out character.
Wii mod, I'll play a different character. There's one mod pack that balances out the game. And it doesn't balance the characters, it just balances the vehicles.
Oh wow, that's funny.
Because the character's stats aren't really the issue is the vehicles themselves. The Flame Runner is just way too good. The Flame Runner is way too good, and all the stats that matter in this game is what I'm getting at.
I don't like that part this stage is.
To be fair, your vehicle is also extremely good. It's not a motorcycle.
Yeah, the motorcycles.
And motorcycles are just really good in this game. But you're driving easily, like. I think there's an argument about it being either number 1 or number 2 compared to like the Mini Coupe or the Mini Beast, I think is the name of it. But yeah, for the most part, like it's great. It's just that it can't wheelie, and it doesn't turn as sharply because it's got that wide kart turn.
Yeah.
There's only a few bikes that have the inside drift, and that's what this bike has, and that's what everyone
From what
wants.
I remember you telling me, this is one of the better karts in the game.
Yeah, it's like, there's some people that don't think it's number 1. I think on average, I think most people agree that it's the single best kart in the game, by like a pretty sizable margin. There's some people that argue the Mini Beast is better, and there's some people that will argue the heavy characters version of the Mini Beast is better. But, I'm not one of those people. I think this kart's better.
Dude, I just want to play Waluigi on my Wiggler.
Waluigi Wiggler. I got nerfed, dude.
I know.
Can't play that no more.
Can't do that anymore. Now we have to play Mario on his default kart.
Default kart Mario.
It's actually not as good as some of the other options.
No, it's not that great, but it is.
I just like that things are slightly
balancing
more
is better. Yeah. They fixed the balancing in that game, so now instead of 1 kart being the best, 5 karts are the best.
Yeah, 5 or 6 are the best. Ooh.
I don't even think it's 5. I think it's like 4.
It's 4, yeah.
I think it's like 4 karts are now the best. That bridge turn is rough. This level feels cold. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's almost like it's Elsa's castle.
Yeah, right? Is it Elsa's castle?
I don't think so.
That would have been really funny if it was actually called Elsa's castle.
I do agree, this level does just feel cold.
Yeah, I feel cold.
Mostly because I can't fucking see shit.
It's all the blue lighting and darkness.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
I will admit, the blue and the shiny blue, glowy blue in the dark is very appealing looking.
It looks kind of cool.
It's very appealing looking. It's not so nice to race on, but
yeah, it does look cool.
Very nice looking. Yeah. Wait, what? You were that far ahead?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Congratulations.
I don't understand how I got so
Yeah,
ahead.
I legitimately... I didn't even... I'm gonna be real, I thought I was in first because there was no one else around me for like a mile, and I was like, oh, I guess I'm just in first.
That was not a terrible course, but I also was way too dark.
Yeah, it was a little too dark. I do like how it looks though.
Yeah.
It's a very pretty course.
This one, I feel like, is gonna be pain.
Corridor Town? I don't know. It seems pretty readable.
I said stabbing my eyes.
It's very bright. How hard can it be to figure out where I'm going?
It's one of these town levels, and town levels kind of suck.
I mean, it looks like it's just a bunch of right turns. How hard could it be?
Yeah, it doesn't look as bad as it could have been.
Yeah. Oh my god, these turns are really sharp though. That looks like a shortcut over there. Whoa. Okay. Oh, that's off. Okay. Yeah. Never mind. I'm just bad at the game. Did you blow yourself up with a bomb?
No, a bomb just jumped out of nowhere. Like, legitimately out of nowhere.
Oh, okay. It's probably thrown by one of the others, then. Oh, I mean, that looks like a shortcut.
I guess. But only if you have a mushroom.
Oh, it's definitely a mushroom shortcut. Well, I was like, I got bounced awkwardly onto the wall, and I'm like, fuck, I'm in trouble. And then I was like, oh wait, that's a shortcut, and I have a mushroom. I'll just do this, I guess. Blue shell. Timing is impeccable, as always. Yeah. This is some, like, thin roads to land on from a bridge that shoots you that high in the air.
Oh, it descends, that's why.
I hope you're right.
It did, it just descended.
Oh, did it just descend? Okay, fair enough then. Maybe I'm just playing a little too fast.
Fucking Sonic speed.
Sonic move, Sonic move,
Sonic moon! Sonic, why are you mooning?
Sonic, what the fuck? You can't do that in public. That reminds me of the time I was like... There were two girls that I worked with, both in different places that I was working at the time, that both told a story about how they, like, rolled down their car window and stuck their bare ass out at someone to moon them. And I'm just like, this is the second time I've heard this story in 2 weeks. What the fuck is going on?
It's weird that it happened twice.
Yeah, literally, I was living the... If I had a nickel for every time a girl told me they'd shared their bare ass outside of a car window to moon their friend, I would have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's weird that it happened twice.
I fucking love that meme.
And what made it weirder is the fact that both stories happened within, like, weeks of each other. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah.
Did I escape into the Matrix? Am I in trouble? I don't like that turn. I don't take it nearly early enough.
I don't like half this fucking game.
There, that's because you're bad at it. If you got good at it, you would have a much better opinion of it.
I'm sorry, let me try that again. I don't care for a lot of these courses, they suck.
That's because you're bad at them. I don't think my statement changes on this one, actually. I think I could keep talking the same shit. Oh my god, I don't know what it was about that course, but that course made my eyes bleed.
So bright.
I know.
Do 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 do.
Do you know there's a Mario Kart Double Dash mod with custom tracks and courses?
Oh, really?
Would you like to play that instead?
Eh.
Double Dash is much harder to play, so, you know, having custom courses where you don't know where you're going seems like a funny time.
I would love that. Sounds so fun. That sounds so fun.
Anyways, with that, we'll see you guys in the next Friday Night Fight Night. Peace till then.